is Excuse Our Banter. Another great episode. Today, we're going to give you some much needed flowers to some amazing content creators such as Kai Cenat, who reached the 100K mark milestone on Twitch, the Sidemen, hosting an amazing charity match which sold out, and how those two things and many more are pushing the evolution of content creation and the future of virtual reality in AR, and how that goes hand in hand with the Metaverse. And without further ado, let's get it. How was your week? How was everything? How you been?
Well, we jumping straight in. Been good. The last couple of weeks been good actually. I went to EGX. That was fun. If you don't know what EGX is, Eurogamer Expo. I went there with my girlfriend and my little sister. It's just a huge gaming expo. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit disappointing this year.
Yeah.
I went a few years ago, like I think 3 or 4 years ago, and it was really nice. That's when like Sony was there, Microsoft was there. Huge. There was these big booths, but now it feels kind of empty. I feel like Comic-Con's better than EGX now. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
alright. I won a couple of things, like this hat.
I saw that. Yeah, that's sick. I like it. It's clean.
Yeah, that was the nicest thing now. But to be honest, it was fun to see some stuff. It was nice. Like shopping is fun anywhere you go. Like especially if it's interesting things. There's a lot of artisans, like people who are making like these. I'll show you on Twitter. I'll do a post on our Twitter, which is showing you the little. There's these awesome little Pokeball like aquarium looking things, right? Or terrarium looking things, and they're with and Charizards and stuff like that. It looks so cute and looks so awesome. I love them. They're quite nice. Yeah, if you're shopping for stuff like that, like people were making like stone swords, like really, really artisanal like stuff.
So,
Awesome
like,
to go there.
Obviously, like gaming related, right?
Yeah, it was like I even bought like cake that was like Stranger Things inspired or gaming inspired or whatever. It was quite nice.
Yeah. I've actually never. I mean, you're lucky because I've never actually been to an expo ever. I haven't gone to Comic-Con.
Really?
I haven't gone to TwitchCon. I haven't gone to any. I think probably the last convention I went to was like a car show, and that's like when I was younger. But yeah, I've never gone. I think a couple of years ago I was thinking about going to TwitchCon. Then the whole COVID thing happened. But now I'm just like, I don't know if you every single year. You always see on Twitter people talking about, people don't put deodorant on, people are musty, people are wilding out. And I'm just like, you know what? And then you see the lines and the pictures of people just out in the hot sun. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm just good. I could just watch it on my screen at home and enjoy the games and tweet out just like everybody else. Because think about it. You're going to TwitchCon, you get in line, a couple hours, you finally get in, you go to your booths, you play your games, but you're right there tweeting with everybody else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I don't know. I mean,
is there many expos in Washington anyway?
I mean, in Washington, I don't know. I know I wanted to say, I know we have like a cheese expo, but that just sounds stupid. Let me see.
Cheese expo. Of all things, you have a cheese expo.
Yeah, we have a cheese expo. And you know what's funny about that? We have a Tillamook factory up here that I've gone to a couple of times when I've gone out to Sand Lake. When I told you when. Not camping, but off-roading, and they have like a Tillamook factory. I took a picture on the Instagram, and you can go there and buy their cheese. Pretty much any Tillamook product you can buy. The food's good. They got burgers. It's basically like a factory where people work, and then it doubles as like a kind of like a commerce place, so people can go and buy burgers. You can eat. You can get ice cream, and then buy all the Tillamook, accessories. It's really like a what do they call it? A touristy spot.
Oh, that's nice. Actually, it sounds pretty cool. Actually, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We've gone a couple of times, but yeah. Have you ever thought about going to TwitchCon?
TwitchCon? I think there was one in like Netherlands, I think, or something. It's travelable. Like I think it only costs like 20 euros to even go and fly over there. And especially living in London, it's pretty easy to get to places like that. But I think same as you, like it's gonna be like hot, sweaty, full of gamers, full of gamers, like the proper, the guys who tweak a lot, like
the sweaty ones. This man said gamer,
sweaty
gamers,
one, the musty ones, the stalkers, You're gonna get those people that love like female streamers, and they're gonna stalk them and look kind of creepy
100%. There's those
weird fanboys, I don't want to deal with that, like Pokemon, like fanboys and stuff like that,
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to see the streamers though. I'd love
cool
to meet Pokemon or people like that. It'll be nice. But I think imagine, right, going to see your favorite person, but there is a line that is 2 hours long.
Yeah.
That is not cool, man. I ain't waiting that. I ain't waiting in no line.
I think it's a weird thing, right? You wait in line, you get up there, and you see these people, right? So with my mentality is like, you know how like a lot of people follow like rappers, pop stars, and superstars, and a lot of people idolize them. Like a lot of people would die for them, not for their family, but they would die for these people. They love them. They tweet out about them. I feel like there'd be a weird dynamic because me going to TwitchCon and seeing people like, I don't necessarily look at like even like the streamers who are like super high up there. I don't necessarily look at them like gods. Like, oh my god, they're superhuman. They're amazing. As of them, they make content just like me. They have a bigger following and they're well versed in this field and they're successful at what they do. Right? I just look at them like human beings. Like, hey, what up? How's it going, bro? I love your content. Right? But some people are like,
that's exactly
you know
how
what I mean? Yeah. Some people are like, oh my god, you're the world. I worship you. Oh my god, I'm fangirling. And it's like, I get it. Like, I get it. That person's inspires you, but that's a little too much for me. Some people might be upset about that, but that's a little too much.
I agree with you. To be honest, like I imagine seeing, like for example, seeing one of my favorite streamers is Hassan Piker. He's quite fun to watch, and just in general, he's a good humorous person. Yeah. And I'd love to meet him, but I would probably dap him up rather than be like, "Oh my god, Hassan! Oh my god, I want a picture. I want an autograph. I want my like
baby.
nipple
Sign me."
Hell no. I'll dap him up. I'd want to be his friend. That would be amazing to be someone's friend.
Yeah.
As opposed to a fan. I'd rather be a friend than a fan. I think that is the general consensus between both of us as well.
And I feel like it's probably easier on the streamers too, on the content creators, because you rock up and you're like, hey, what's up, bro? I love your content. It's real chill conversation. It's mutual. It's not like you're just wilding out and they're like, whoa. Person screaming in my face, saying how much they love me and they know where I live and they know where I sleep, my window, and my address, and what car I drive. That's kind of creepy. But yeah, that's cool, man. So I was looking at the expo. So today, little disclaimer, today we're just freestyling. We're chilling today. We did take last week off. I do apologize about that. I was obviously had an ear infection. Pad, the one and only, was sick. So T right now is not with us because she's obviously not feeling good either. So this week, last week, I don't know what caught us, but something caught us. So we're kind of just chilling and freestyle, see where the conversation goes today. But we got some fun stuff to talk about. But yeah, in Washington, we have the Oddities and Curiosities Expo. We have the Idol Fest. We have a Housing Expo. We have Grove
Housing.
Yeah, Housing Expo. It's like a convention where everybody comes together and real estate and all that stuff. We got the Grit City. I don't know what that is. More housing expos. There's a we do have a Comic-Con in Seattle. Oh, Seattle has a couple Comic-Cons. Yeah, Seattle, Washington. Yeah, we have Comic-Cons up here. We have actually we also have a Geek Girl Con up here in Seattle too. So
you should go to that Geek Girl Con.
100%, bro.
That sounds where you can make some moves down there.
It sounds like what it is like sounds like it's like a TwitchCon Comic-Con mix, like obviously for girls, right? I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean,
I must say, like for EGX, the one thing I really, really enjoyed was the show that I was watching. It was called The Dark Room, or You Find Yourself in a Dark Room, I believe. Yeah. And it was this interactive video game that this Twitch streamer made. He was like presenting the show, and I believe his name was Robotron, and it was amazing. It was quite fun. He was really, really like energetic, and he was amazing. Like cracking jokes. He was kind of freeballing a little bit as well, and it was just this. You'd get random people in the audience to play this game. Yeah, and it's a big screen in front of everyone. He's like, "Oh, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to go in this dark room, or do you want to flick the switch?" And it was quite funny and humorous, and it was great. I love it. Like, if you get a chance, maybe have a little look, or if you want to check him out, is Robotron on Twitch, I believe.
Yeah, send me a link, and I'll definitely check that out. That's pretty cool. I'll definitely check that out.
It's really fun.
Really cool.
Stuff like that is really good. Like, there was a lot of like Twitch streamers that I did see there. Like, there was this RP streamer, Kiwo. She was there.
Kiwo, yes. Also in the show. Kiwo's an OG when it comes to streaming.
She was in the show. She was in the Dark Room show. Yeah, I saw her. She was playing a game. She was playing the interactive game.
Yeah.
And I believe she just died. So
she got wrecked. Yeah.
The audience. I'm pretty sure the audience voted her off. They didn't
they're
off.
Like,
Yeah. He literally said, "Do you want to give Kiwo another chance?"
And
Or
they're
do you
like,
want her to die? And everyone was like, die. I was like, oh
down.
my god.
You're like, Jesus, people are cold
Rest in
blooded.
peace,
Yeah.
Kiro.
Kiwo, she's actually a really good role player. She's been on No Pixels. She's gone to RP first. She was on
And
PRC.
I trained her as a comp. She
Oh
played
yeah,
trained her as a cop when she was doing her training because I believe she was training to be a cop in No Pixel,
yeah.
and she came to TRP to train as a cop
Oh,
before
and
she
then
goes on
okay, that makes
the
sense.
Super
Faster.
Series
Okay,
one.
that makes yeah.
Yeah,
Small world,
I was
right?
like an intermediate. Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Dude,
imagine I
yeah,
was training her as a cop, and then out of
yeah.
nowhere she actually,
There you go.
shows up in front of me. But cool.
That's all.
Didn't say hello, unfortunately. It was quite a big crowd.
Yeah,
I was sat in my nice, comfortable seat.
yeah. You're like,
So
I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I can't be
I ain't
bothered
got
with it.
time for
I
that,
can't.
man. I ain't got time.
But yeah,
But it was
but
nice though.
this
It was nice.
past week, I wish I could have talked about this last week because it was obviously sooner. But I watched Woman King, which is actually
Ooh.
really good, really good. I know there's a bunch of controversy going on about it. People are all blah blah blah. People are humbug and talking about the history and whatever if it's accurate. But I genuinely loved it. Viola Davis is a phenomenal actor. The if I sat down from the outside looking in, like the club, outside the club looking in, I would really have to probably give it a 8 out of 10. I think it was a good movie. It wasn't amazing, right? Because what a lot of people do, like obviously it's a movie centered around over in Africa, right? I don't know specific tribes or a specific area. A lot of people will like kind of add points to that, you know what I mean? But me myself, I'm just being subjective, unbiased. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10 for the story and action, but it was a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really cool scene. I mean, they had a star-studded cast. So I went there. I actually watch. Do you watch movies by yourself? Do you ever go out like just go on a date by yourself?
No, I haven't been on a date because I'm with my girlfriend now almost 24/7. I do watch movies with her though.
Yeah.
I did watch a movie on the weekend as well. But yeah, I'm curious about the Woman King. So like, what? Just give us a quick rundown on the synopsis of it.
So let me actually bring this up. Woman King. I don't want to.
So it's about I'm assuming it's about a woman king who is a tribe leader in Africa. But is there like were they getting invaded or?
Yeah, so basically what it was is that a tribe in Africa, they were obviously, it has to do with the slave trade, right? Obviously,
right.
with the slave trade, there were tribes obviously selling other tribes into slavery, right? If you have a tribe that's an enemy, would you rather kill them or rather make money off them, like their property? So they would sell them into obviously slavery to European settlers and the Spanish settlers, and then also, there's pretty much these women were pretty much tasked with defending the village, right? And they rose up and they said, you know what, no mas, no more, and they pretty much just wild out and pretty much just killed all the I don't know, say they killed all the settlers, but they pretty much fought back, right? They freed people that were enslaved. But yeah, it was a really good story. Let me see if I can just pretty much, yeah, it's set in the 1800s. Yeah, so pretty much in the 1800s, a group of female warriors protect the African kingdom of Dahomey with the skills and fierceness unlike anything in the world has ever seen. Faced with the new threat, Jin Asaki trains the next generation to recruit the fight against a foreign enemy that's determined to destroy their way of life. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can imagine like back then, since usually all the men would get taken for work, right? And
Yeah.
all the women would be sold off for for the whatever trafficking or whatever, right? But so I can imagine, a tribe full of women would just be like, yeah, we ain't taking any more of this shit and just go ham.
But it's interesting because are you gonna watch it? I don't want to ruin it for you.
I haven't seen it yet, but I don't mind if you just
Okay,
spoil
so
it anyway.
I don't like spoil it. So basically, like a lot of people think, oh, it's just a tribe of women. So what it is actually it's a full blown tribe, right? It has men and women. There's really no. The only difference is when you come into the palace, there's like two walls, right? You go to the first wall. That's where like men can go in, right? And they can train with the women. That's the army. That's like the general army. There's another section that's the kingdom, where the king and the queen live, right? That's where only women can go. Those are like the elite warrior soldiers, right?
Oh,
so they have it. Yeah, they have it broken down. And as a woman, or you typically as a child, right? They pledge their allegiance, or they're captured by, they go to war and they're given a second chance. It's like you can serve our king or you can die, right? And they pretty much pledge their allegiance, blood bond, and they progress into the final wall where the women live, and no men are allowed past that wall. So the women will eat, sleep, train there. They can't take on a husband. They can't have kids. They can't have a relationship. Their life from that point on is literally just to defend the kingdom and fight. But
The Warriors. That's
The
crazy.
Warriors. It's
Wow.
dope. It's dope. It's dope. It's dope. I probably the way I explained it probably didn't seem
Have to watch
exciting,
that.
but it's really really good. But yeah, Viola Davis was in it. John Boyega. But one person I want to shout out that I don't want to say she's like an underdog. A lot of people don't give her notoriety, but her name is Lashana Lynch, and she plays Izogi. Phenomenal. And she was actually, what other movie was she in? She was in another movie. She's been in the No Time to Die, the James Bond movie in 2021. She was also in Doctor Strange. So, and she was in Captain Marvel. She was like the army vet in there too. So, if you ever go back in there and she's really really dope actor, really dope actor. So it was really cool to see her on the big.
Good movie. I'll definitely give it a watch.
100%.
Since it's October,
Mm-hmm.
it's spook season, and I went to watch a spooky movie. I watched Smile.
How was it?
That was I saw like I felt the
hype.
advertising. It looked kind of creepy,
the hype.
and I was like, God damn, I'm gonna try it out. And man, it's it's a solid 6 out of 10. It's a horror movie. There was good scares, good trippies, like very predictable, very 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 predictable.
Yeah.
Ending, I saw that coming a mile away. But yeah, so the cool thing about this movie, yes, it gives you scares. It is good jump scares as well. It's a decent-ish storyline. But what I found out that like this the whole story is based around this idea that there's an entity that basically controls someone almost right through the head base by showing them like hallucinations and like trippy stuff and suicidal stuff, and then eventually it drives them to insanity, and then they kill themselves while smiling, right? And the whole thing is they see hallucinations of people smiling and their loved one smiling, and then they're all dead and it's all creepy and stuff. Then the last moments is they smile and they kill themselves, right, in front of someone.
Yeah.
That's the trick, right? What they do is they do a suicide in front of someone, then that person gets traumatized because they just saw someone kill themselves, and then the smile entity jumps into that person who just got traumatized, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
It's a one-person thingy. And you know what this reminds me of? This exact storyline is the exact storyline for, I don't know if you watched this, but it's called It Follows. Have you ever watched that?
Yep, I've seen it. Yep.
It's the exact same storyline. Exact same, except they pass it through sex in that one, right?
Yeah.
And they pass it through trauma in this one.
So it's pretty much the same story, copy pasted.
Yeah, it's the same story. It's like you can see this, you can see where it's going, and it's kind of the same formula. It works. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
But it's nothing special. It's all right.
What would you rate it? What would you give it out of 10?
6 out of 10.
Okay, that's fair. I'm looking at Rotten Tomato right now. I got 76 on the tomato meter and 81 audience score. But Twitter, bro, people were so disappointed. I saw people on Twitter talking about it's not worth the watch, it's not worth the wait, it's horrible. Some people enjoyed it. If you're a horror fan, I would imagine you probably have your expectations set pretty high, right? Because I think that one of the top 3 movies is like Insidious. Right, everybody loves it. It has like a cult following. I've never watched it. It scares the shit out of me. I don't really do that stuff. But
no, I agree with you. Like the thing is, it's at the end of the day, it's a horror movie and it gives you the horror.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not crazy story. It's nothing new. It's always the same old. But there's only so much horror you can do without it being like a murderer, a weird entity, someone possessed. Like there's only so much you can do. Yeah. But I tell you what, my all-time favorite horror movie had to be. Oh shit, I forgot the name now. But I'm actually annoyed. The name of it is really tripping me out, but it's called Sinister. It's called Sinister.
Sinister, yeah.
The first one, not the second one.
The second one. Was it pretty good?
The first one was so good. It is very, very, like when I say it creeps you out and it makes the hairs stand on the back of your head.
Yeah.
On the back of your neck. It literally does. It was creepy. The pacing was amazing. I literally sat in my seat and I tried to shrink as small as I could. I squinted my eyes as much as I could so I couldn't see anything. But it was creepy, man. That thing was creepy.
So the one in 2012? Yeah, it's Sinister, the first one.
Yeah, the first one with is it Kevin Bacon? Kevin Bacon.
Yep. Has Ethan Hawke, Vincent, and then
Ethan Hawke, not Kevin Bacon. I always mix them up.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke. Him.
Okay, I'll add that to
He is
my
in it.
watch list. Watch list.
That is it's so good. It's my favorite one. I don't think there's the horror movie that actually has creeped me out as much as that one.
I'll
Creeped me out.
definitely add that to my watch list, but I probably won't watch it.
Yeah.
Not even
It's
gonna lie.
over. You gotta watch something.
Oh my god!
You
But
gotta watch something.
let's move. You said we were talking earlier today before the cast. You said you had something on your mind. Something was weighing heavy upon your shoulders.
Oh, I was weighing heavy upon my shoulders. Oh,
Yeah.
I was pissed off so much. God damn it! And it's been going on for a while now. And the thing is, I don't think it'll ever stop. And it's I am a legal driver in the United Kingdom, and I'd like to think I drive quite good, right, for my standards. And I was in like 3 near misses that were not my fault, right? There was so the closest one I ever got into was I was driving to work, and I was in the slow lane, right? As I do, I don't need to go fast.
As a legal driver,
Go
a
against
safe
the lane.
driver.
Yeah, safe driver
Yeah.
and lane discipline. And then alongside me in the middle lane was another driver going about the same speed as me, and we're about neck and neck. We're about the same, right? Out of nowhere, this guy indicates and then turns. He doesn't even look. He just indicate turn, like at the same time indicate turn.
Yeah.
And he's going into my lane, and I notice it because my turn is coming out. Right, I'm almost there, but it's not there yet, and he's squishing me out. And then I just about noticed last second I hit the brakes, bang, right, and my car jolts backwards. I hit my horn so loud. This man or this woman, whoever it was, got scared. They were in this little smart car, little black smart car, and they got so scared that they switched to the fast lane, and they moved out, and they kept swerving in, so they avoided me. I was like, "Oh my days, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm not gonna murder you. Just don't drive like a
they
maniac."
literally sped off. I was like, "What's going on? You're going into the slow lane, and now you're speeding off.
Yeah.
What was the whole point of almost killing me?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, I got off, I went to work, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I lived to survive another day. But I must say, man, bad drivers are so annoying. I had a bus driver like cut me off. It's so annoying. Driving in general is just so annoying. Like, have you ever been in a situation where I'm sure you have people
I drive
just
every day.
really bad around you? Like, I admit there are instances where I am trash at driving, and it happens maybe somewhat often. I'm not gonna like crash into anyone. Yeah, I might cut someone off, but like I'm not gonna crash. Like, I make sure I'm safe. And the very least you can do is when you turn into like another lane, is you look and then you turn. And this man, like with his little mini, he would have been wrecked because I had a bigger car. But he had a little smart car, and he was trying to turn into my lane. Thank God I survived, but holy crap, that is so. It is scary at the time because you're not expecting it. And I didn't even horn, like I didn't press my horn at the time. I just was worried about saving myself, and that really pissed me off. Most annoying thing, and it ruined my day.
Yeah,
because I kept thinking about it. I was like, damn, man, if I caught up to this guy, I would have just pulled over, told him about his mum, and then just went about.
Oh man, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've definitely had my fair share of. I think I've only been in one accident in my whole life, and it wasn't even a bad one, right? Pretty much, I'm coming in oncoming traffic, 2 lanes. Obviously, one going this way, one going that way. Kind of in the inner city, right? I'm going this way, and I go to turn left, and I hate when you go to turn left, and there's cars, like both lanes are backed up, and there's a third lane, right? That one third lane that kind of goes down before you turn onto another street. And pretty much I'm counting on these drivers that are looking at me. I have my turn signal, I'm in the turn lane, and they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and I'm trusting them to let me know when to turn, right? Because I can't see that oncoming car, right? So they're stopped. The other cars behind me are stopped because it's a red light. So there's like a little gap. Bro, I went to turn that whip, go. We're good. Car came out of nowhere, hit me going like 20 miles per hour. Technically, I hit him, pulled over. I'm like, hey, man, are you good? He's like, oh, bro, I'm good. It was like an old Honda Civic. And I'm like, you good? You good? All right, go. Bro, this man tried to file insurance against me. I took pictures too. God. And I was like, are you sure you're good? He's like, oh, no, man, I'm good. All right, say less. Here's my insurance. And he tried to say his back hurt or whatever. I was like, man, get out of here. Luckily, there was no payout, but I was like,
you know what you should always do, and this is a good practice because I had this at my previous job as well. It's like you should always get them to admit that they're okay on video.
Oh, yes,
right. So then when it comes to it, that they can't say, "Oh, I'm hurt." You make sure you ask them, "Are you hurt?
Hmm.
Are you in pain?"
Hmm.
You ask them those questions. They're like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm
Hmm.
good." You sure you don't want to go to hospital? No, I don't need to go to hospital. You need a doctor? No, I don't need to go to.
Hmm.
Make him admit all of that shit
Hmm.
on video, because then if they turn out to bite themselves, it might come back to bite you in the ass, where they say like, "Oh, I broke my neck, broke my back, broke my hips and my crack," like all that shit. They'll say that. You don't want them to say that.
My
And
neck.
they'll might dent their own car, and they'll be like, "Yo, smash it up a
Yeah.
little bit more." It's like, he hit my car like really, really
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, that happens. Oh yeah, you know what it is? In the moment of it, they're like, oh, whatever, it's whatever. Like people are in a hurry, I want to get where you're going, right? And they get
Yeah,
home and they're like text their friends or whatever, they talk to family and like, bro, you could get some money out of it.
yeah,
Have a come on, get a
exactly.
bag, and they're like, oh, we're really, oh, my back, my neck, my crack, you know what I mean? Or they'll go
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they'll take pictures of their already dinged up car and they'll try to put it off
yeah,
on you. So like you said, when you get into an accident, you got to pretty much videotape all the damage, the current damage
yep,
or the new damage. You got to videotape or record them saying they're okay, and then you're good to go. Because people will double
yeah.
back on you and try to make some money off you for sure. And
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's getting worse. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but in like a lot of countries like Europe and over there in Asia, a lot of people have dash cams. Like it's a norm.
Oh yeah.
And I've never thought to drive with a dash cam. Like if I was doing like Uber, maybe, right? To watch the
Mm.
passengers and what happened, for insurance purposes. But I'm actually thinking about getting one because like I don't know if it's just me as we get older, we get like crankier, right? But people are wilding on the streets, on their phones, looking
Mm.
backwards. A lot of people, I feel like every year there should be, or every 2 to 3 years, there should be a retest. Or every 5 years there should be a
Oh yeah.
retest. Every 5 years,
You know
can you still hold the safe standard driving practices or whatever, something like that?
that would kick out so many old
Oh
people.
man,
Not gonna lie,
the streets will
the
be
amount of
so
old people.
clean.
Yeah.
The streets, and there'll be
Thing
no
is,
traffic.
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And like there won't be any new young people. Like young people are the most
Oh
likely to
man.
get into a crash is young people,
Oh
and that
yeah,
is like just a given, right?
100%.
Young people are going to crash. They just learn that if they're driving stick, they're gonna know how to drive manual stick. They'll crash most likely.
Yeah.
Reversing, changing gears, stalling, whatever, they'll crash, right? So you can easily bet on the fact that they're going to mess that one up. That's
Yep.
good because then it also not only does it teach people to drive, like reinforce it, but it also means that the people who are a liability, like i.e. maybe people who are blind, they become blind at a certain age and they just lie, but they can keep driving.
100%.
They can be like, okay, well, you're 76, you're going a bit blind, but you're still like, yeah, I kind of want to still drive because I can see a little bit. Get
Hmm.
him off the road. He doesn't need to drive.
Yeah. 100%. Kind of random. Sorry to interrupt you, but do you know who Dream is?
Yes, I
So
heard about his face reveal. Yeah, I saw his video. I saw like a picture of it because it was blowing up on. And oh my days, some of the comments on that
bro, if
a
you
bit
go
nuts,
to Twitter, there's a hashtag that says "put the mask back on," and I'm not condoning.
The back.
I'm not saying the man's ugly or whatever. I think I
Yeah,
think he's an average looking guy. But
just a
people
normal
are,
looking white guy.
bro, people are dicks. Like people are.
No,
I'm,
I think they're trolling. I think they're
they
trolling.
gotta be trolling. But think about it this way: as a content creator, it's one of those things where it's like it's funny, but it's not right.
Mm.
Twitter never takes anything serious. That's one thing you gotta learn from Twitter. People
Yep.
never take anything serious on Twitter, right? So you kind
Oh,
of have to take
100%.
what people do and say with a grain of salt. This guy's just an average looking guy, right? But I feel like what some people, because there was like hype, there was like a period of time where like KSI and a bunch of other streamers or content creators or movie stars were doing like these videos where they would act like they're talking to to Dream, and they'd be like, oh my god, you look great, you look
Oh
amazing,
yeah,
right? Just hyping it up,
yeah,
hyping it
yeah.
up. And when it came time, like he had like millions of people waiting for this premiere. It was a live video, right? It was on YouTube,
Yep.
right? And
That's
I
correct.
actually went down a Dream rabbit hole last night, and I was like, who's this Dream guy? Like, I'm a curious cat. He plays Minecraft, right? He plays with a couple of his friends, Scappa or Papa, whatever they call themselves. But they have a big following. Now, 2 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil on every single one of their channels, right? Dude has 30 million followers, so he's making
Oh
money.
yeah.
So, and he and I saw the memes, and he revealed himself, pulled the mask down, and people were just like, "Yeah, man, you're a normal looking guy."
That's
KSI,
it. That's all the hype.
KSI was like, "I thought you were black."
Of course he'd say that. That's him trolling for
Bro,
sure.
he's sitting there. He's just like, there's a moment of like silence. And he's looking at it. And he's like, I thought you were black.
I saw that. There was a few famous like
Yeah, man.
YouTubers like showing them.
Yeah,
I saw
man.
that.
I just thought it
That
was
was funny.
I mean, the guy's just he's a normal looking guy, right? He's an average looking guy.
Yeah.
People are just being dicks, and he's going it. But I could imagine, like, as a content creator, you never shown your face. You never shown your face, like you. And the thing is, like, I've been thinking about content creating and how, like, where it's shifting to. Like, there's a lot of so back in the day when YouTube first started, a lot of content creators didn't show their face, right? And then it got into this the content change where people started to want to know who you were personally, right? So everybody was vlogging. Kai Cenat right around there. Everybody was vlogging. Everybody showing the live. Everybody was being front and center in the camera. And I don't know if you noticed this, but it's slowly turning back into faceless content. A lot of automated channels, a lot of compilations, a lot of content creators going back, not using any camera. People, and I mean, it works with people who don't use a camera because they don't have the pressure of trying to look pretty or worrying about their appearance, right? Because I feel like that's half the battle when it comes to content creation. Everybody and their mom, everybody, I don't care who you are, you're always conscious of how you look on camera, especially if you're live. Do I look attractive? Do I look good? How's my face look? How's my clothes look? How's the camera? Everything, right? Because this is you. This is us, right? This is your appearance. This is what could potentially make you money. This is your brand, right? I mean, this guy obviously put a lot of time and effort into his reveal, which was honestly lackluster. I mean, think about it, what do people expect though?
I mean, it's just a dude at the end of the day. I think they were expecting someone who's like, have you heard of the guy called? I don't know his name either, but he has a very deep voice and he plays with people.
I literally would just
Monster, like
he makes music too, right?
Yeah, he makes music. Yeah, that guy.
What is?
He has a very deep voice.
He has a cult following.
If he comes to me, I'll remember. But everyone now, like, he hasn't showed his face.
But everybody's trying to pressure him to do it too, right?
But everyone expects him to be hot, right? Because the way he sounds.
Yeah.
But if it turns out he's just like, average looking dude, they're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, he wrote that. He wrote that one song, "Love Me or Hate Me." That one, right? Yeah. Stuck on my head. I know you're talking about. Now I want to. Now I'm racking my brain. What is his name?
You'll find it eventually. But yeah, that's the thing with that guy specifically. Like, even Dream, like, people know him because, like, imagine being 30 mil famous, right?
Yeah.
You have 30 million people that give a shit about you and your gameplay, right? And they just love you for your content. Now you want them to love you for you is going to be a different thing because they only know you for your content. They don't know you for you.
Boom.
And so now we're going into, like, that's why I think it's so weird because they don't know you for you. They know you for your content.
And that could be really good or really bad for him.
Exactly.
It can go either way.
So, for him, imagine if he showed his face from the start, right? And he got his following, people won't be as, critical because they already know you.
Yeah.
Right? They know what you look like.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I feel like for him, it can go either way. So now they're going to, I feel like when you show your face, it opens like, you kind of like, you're very vulnerable, right? And you open yourself to the world. And so people are now going to, so before he showed his face, he could kind of have this anonymity, this wall up where it's like, you know me for my content. But now that he's showing his face, people are going to want to see his face, right? If he were to go back with a mask on, people would throw a fit. They would have a field day. They would roast the shit out of him, right? Yeah. But now it's like people are going to want to get to know him. He's more of a personal brand. I mean, the dude's at 30 million subscribers. He has nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah. I found out the name of the guy. His name is Corpse Husband.
I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I was literally something in my head kept saying death. But I'm like, that makes no sense. But yeah, Corpse Husband. Oh, bro. Yeah. Guy. And the thing is, people hang out with him, right? He's an active member in the Twitch community in content creation, so he has a outside life. How does he keep people from not taking a picture of him?
I think not many people know what he looks like. I think even his inner friend circle, they don't really know what he looks like. And if he just goes out, he's just a normal dude. But if he goes back into his like persona. I'm sure I don't think he has a natural deep
I don't
voice
think he
like that.
walks
There's
around and he
no
talks like
way
that.
he puts it on for sure.
100%, 100%. Because there's if you're walking in public, he's got to go out in public. There's no way he's a hermit and just lives in his house, orders Uber Eats, Instacart. He never leaves his house. He's got to go out somewhere. In the minute he talks, if that's his natural voice, the minute he talks like that, someone's snapping a picture.
Exactly.
Someone's snapping a picture.
I found the real life like corpse husband. Like, you're like a retail person, or you worked in service or whatever.
There's no way people wouldn't.
You're gonna be like that.
So he's definitely got to. I mean, it's kind of like role play. You put on a voice, a persona.
Yeah, I think that's what he's done. I think, especially with, he's done it for so long. Like even that dream guy, he's done it for so long.
Yeah,
I don't know what you look like. That's the thing. Like I said before, again, I'll reiterate again, is that they don't know you for you yet, but they know you for your content. So they always judge you that before you. Yeah. But it's good to show your face at the start, because then people know who
more
you are.
personable.
Exactly.
I'm looking at this meme. It says, "Have you seen Euphoria?" Or at least seen the meme where the girl's like in the tub hiding.
Oh yes.
I see a meme that says corpse husband watching dream getting devoured on the timeline.
Yeah, the corpse husband
that's his brand. Why would I feel like that's a brand? Like that's just like you're shooting yourself in the foot as a brand. Like your whole brand
when you go on the decline, then you do
that. Boom, exactly. Then you go face reveal, ta-da. People are like, okay.
Like, oh, I remember this guy that I used to watch like XX and Y years ago, and then boom, like explosion.
I've seen his face. I've seen his eyes. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. I really hope, man. I really hope. I'm gonna say shout out to you, Dream. I really hope you keep doing what you're doing. Don't let the people get to you, bro. It is what it is, man. You're just an average looking guy. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't be ashamed. You're not ugly. People are just following right now. Timeline. That's all it is.
Whoa, people are going crazy. Yeah, I saw some crazy ass memes, man.
I woke up the day to that hashtag. Put the mask back on. That's gotta hurt, man. Like
ugly was trending. Bro, I was like, oh my days, what's going on? Who's getting slaughtered on the timeline?
What's next? Man, I love Twitter. Twitter is a free for all, man. I feel like Twitter is like the Hunger Games of social media.
It's savage,
bro. It's
don't do it.
But did you have anything else on your mind? I have. I'm pretty sure something I want. So, this one I want to talk about. I want to talk about this. Like, I want to make this a main topic on one of our later podcast episodes. But have you been following the Metaverse?
As in Facebook Metaverse?
Yeah.
No, I've not.
So I've been having quite a few. So the quickest thing people think about is VR chat, right? Think of just VR chat for a lot of the viewers. Is VR chat, because you say Meta, people are like Meta. I
Facebook, know what it is.
Metaverse? Yeah, but pretty much it's you put on a headset, you go into this world, right? So they're thinking about expanding this, and this is a two-part conversation. They're thinking about expanding this into the point, because I know they were talking about a while ago. I think it was Walmart, or there was some e-commerce or commerce brick and mortar store talking about it's going to get to the point where you could actually put the headset on and you can run errands. You can virtually walk into a store, and then you can like just put stuff in your cart. Put some in your cart, put that in your cart, and as you put in your cart, it rings it up, keeps a tally. Obviously, you have some sort of bank account, or I would think a PayPal link to it, right? And then when you check out, it's delivered to your house, right? So basically, it's right. So basically, you're just like I feel like some people are like, that's stupid. Well, I could just go on my phone, but think about it. Like, imagine you could do everything from a headset. Imagine like you could go to work on your headset. You can go shopping. You can watch TVs. You can watch movies and shows. You can go. I mean, even in VR chat right now, you can go into like viewing rooms with your friends and like watch shows together. Like that is dope. That is revolutionary for education. That's revolutionary for just teaching. Revolutionary for content creating. I feel like the next evolution, and I'm calling it now, so we can look back on this episode. I'm calling it now. The next evolution for content creating is going to be VR chat. Is going to be the Metaverse, right?
You know what? I kind of agree with you, and a good example of this is actually Fortnite. You see how they do the virtual, concerts and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, especially like Travis Scott, and there's a lot of people who did like concerts within the game. So you're gonna get audiences from all around the world watching you. Anyone with an internet connection can watch you, which is amazing. And you don't need to leave your own room. You can just have it, pre-play, or you can have like a set show just planned out just to go live whenever you want, or you can literally live sing in a studio recording to these like masses, and it's, the only limit is your imagination. Nuts.
And that's what I'm saying. You could, and I feel like, so if you've noticed, like I'm all over the place with my thoughts right now. Have you noticed the increase or the incline on VR streamers?
Oh,
Like
you
the
mean
virtual streamers, like
yeah,
the ones with like
yeah,
the models that move with their eyes and their
animated
face, and the
characters.
animated ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm probably saying it wrong, but there's been a huge
VTubers.
YouTubers, YouTubers,
V V V
VTubers,
V.
VTubers. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
huge increase in that, and that's cool for a brand. But that's what I'm saying. Things are slowly like, I feel like in a couple decades, I feel like the divide between the online world, the AI world, the virtual world is going to be blurred. 100%.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to, I'm going into the metaverse and I'm going straight to a strip club, man.
Yeah.
That shit easy.
Clip that. Take
pretty
that.
Soon,
Yeah.
pretty
No, I
soon
thought about that.
You're gonna see like dudes dressed up as girls going
100%.
and catfishing
100%.
guys, give them money while strip
100%.
club dancing or lap dancing.
I say
like,
make your money how you can. Get that back. But think about it this way. You can be anybody you want to be. Right?
That's
and
true.
I don't care what anybody says. The reason a lot of us play video games, even a lot of us watch movies, right? TV shows, because we want to escape. It's a form of escapism. And I mean, what better escape do you have than being, in the metaverse? You can be any gender you want. You could look like whatever you want. You could dress like it. You could sound like whatever you want. You could live a alternate life or lives. And
Second life.
Or you could even like full blown lives where it's like relationships, right? You can literally have a full blown relationship over the metaverse. Like I'm on Twitter right now as we speak. There's a thing called Altverse, a straight up. It's obviously linked to crypto, whatever people think about cryptocurrency, but it's linked to that. It looks like an NFT project, but I mean, people are rolling these out left and right. Altverse, and these are all things, cities you can explore, hang out with friends. I remember seeing like the earlier days when it came to the VR headset, when it came to like shooter games and stuff like that. I was like, the graphics aren't that good, but they're getting there. They're getting there.
I mean, like, we're gonna enter a space where it's basically gonna mimic a real life, Ready Player One.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head.
Ready Player One's gonna be like real life like that. It's gonna be like you jump in and that is it. We're earning money, blah blah. It's nuts. Imagine if like you had to do a job in the VR like headset, and you actually get money from it. Imagine. I mean, that technically exists because like you have in the metaverse. I'm pretty sure there's moderators that sit in the game.
They have jobs,
for hours and hours, and literally just moderate. That's nuts.
100%. Would you take that job? So you pretty much just clock in. You're like, the day of work, headset on, just do your 8-hour shift, your 10-hour shift, just be a moderator. I would do it.
Yeah, just don't swear. Don't do anything.
Yeah, bro.
Weird.
Chill. All right, you're banned.
Bam. Exactly. Yep. Literally. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? But the thing is, man, like doing that every day, 8 hours a day.
It's got to be draining.
Interacting with them.
It's got to be draining.
You have to be very social.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's the name of the game. And I feel this is really good there are people that are antisocial. And there are a lot of people in this world. I don't think people understand. People have this weird idea as an adult, you grow up and you just automatically gain all these like social skills. You learn how to talk to people, how to conversate. You learn how to have disagreements, altercations. You learn how to de-escalate. You learn how to, I don't want to say barter, but what's that word? When you give and take?
Negotiate? Or...
I mean, every day of our life, we're negotiating, right? In some form of thing. And people have this weird idea that like, innately, as you grow up, and I had this idea when I was younger as a kid, that when people, my parents, adults, people older than me, people I look up to, my elders, they just innately have all these real world skills. And as you grow up, you learn people don't. So I think it's going to be good in that aspect for people who just don't go out that much, right? Because a lot of people, and I mean, I can go down a rabbit hole right now. A lot of people, and I think a prime example is a lot of like, I've seen a lot of YouTubers breaking down and be like, I don't have any friends. My family's not around. I have no social life. This is everything I have, and it's like, that's a gift and a curse, but I feel like this could bridge that gap, where people are able to social. But at the same time, is it really socializing? I want to play the devil's advocate here. Is it really socializing? Right? We get into a world where it's so easy to connect to anybody. I could connect to Bob over in Singapore. I could connect to Christine in China. You know, I could talk to people and make friendships, make these connections. But are they real connections? Are we going forward in the social I guess progression, or are we actually going backwards? Think about that.
You know what? That's a really good debate for next thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I've been wanting to bring that up on the cast for quite some time. We'll deep dive into that in the next episode. Definitely. Promise.
I think me personally, I definitely I prefer having a mixture of a little bit of both, because like you're never gonna see all of your friends at the same time or as every single weekend, because like I have friends that live, you know, north. I have some friends that live close to me. I have other groups of friends that don't like another group of friends. So it's weird. So the best way to do it is just play video games with, let's say I play COD with a set group of friends, or I play like, you know, FIFA with, you know, my uni friends. You know, like I can, you know, pick and choose who I want to hang out with. I don't have to physically go there.
Yeah.
You know, and if in the event that I do want to physically go and visit, I visit the ones that actually want to do those things, because there's a lot of friends that I have that don't want to go out and don't want to have fun, you know, stuff like that. They'd rather stay in than go out. So I have that choice. So it's good to have choice where I can hang out with whoever I want, and it doesn't cost anything. I just need to log in, play whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
So I think that's cool. I think that's a good ability to have.
100%.
I prefer real life connection.
Oh, 100%. Don't get me wrong. I catch my times where I just want to be alone and do my thing like everybody else. Got to recharge my battery. But yeah. But let's jump to another topic. You know Kai, AMP Kai?
Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat, man. He hit, what did he hit? 100K? 101. 101K. 101K. And I want to give him flowers. While, you know, they're due, right? I mean, shout out to you, Kai. Shout out to AMP. They're a group of young, innovative. I mean, people argue, whether you like it or not, whether you have your favorite content creator or not, people argue that he's probably the most innovative content creator at this moment. Like, there are people that just come onto the content creator scene and just like, they're just gifted at this. Their mind just works that way, right? They think outside the box. I mean, this dude has like, I mean, you can literally just go on Twitter. He had a live stream, and in an hour, he had his friends holding a snake. He had a guy come in like a one of those flame retardant suits with a flamethrower. Looks like he had a magician on, and then he had a full blown concert in his room. Like, that is crazy, and that's what I mean. Like, content creating is so much bigger than just playing games. So much bigger than vlogging. So much bigger than just, you know, having a reaction videos or compilations. Content creating. I mean, we are in I think the infant stages of content creating. Like, a lot of people think like, people might think, right, like, oh, I'm too old, or I'm too late in the game, or I'm too deep in this trench of the content. I can't rebrand. I can't do things. This is what I gotta do. I'm stuck. Right now, content creating is in its infant stages, and Kai Cenat and people like him in different areas and different types of content are trendsetters, right? They're blazing this guy is, bro. I mean, this guy's living his life in his room in front of millions of people. He's at 100,000 subs.
I'm gonna say, like, I have to say, it's very, very difficult, especially as a person of color, going into that and doing that.
Amen.
It's nuts, because I think it was Ludwig who is number one. I believe. Yep. Yeah, and you know, he's a white content creator, and and he's number one for a reason, because although he may be creative, it's just a lot of favor towards white content creators anyway. So it's a huge accomplishment. Yeah, like, it's underrated how huge of an accomplishment it is to be at the level he is.
And I think a lot of people don't understand it. Like, you have the African American community, you have the community of color, right? People are just like flowers, round of applause, because we know how hard it is, right? Whether people like it or not, there is. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, right? But whether people, there is an imbalance when it comes in content creation, right? But Kai Cenat, like you said, I give him props because he's able to get that high, right? And I mean, he's running up a treadmill uphill, you know? And I think what's dope, and I preach this all the time to friends, family, other content creators, he has surrounded himself with a team. I mean, they're these young kids in their 20s, and they're just like, let's just have fun. Let's videotape ourselves going to get a tattoo. Let's videotape ourselves going go-karting. And I truly believe no matter what age you are, if you have a good team around, you can blow up. Because that's what people enjoy. People enjoy seeing chemistry. You have so many content creators going at it by themselves. I think we spoke about this with what's his name? Struggle. So many content creators want to go at alone because, like, if I get hyped, if I get the fame, it's gonna be myself and not share with anybody. But this is proof of what you can do when you rock with a team. I mean, they live in a mansion together. Granted, they don't all pay; they all split the bills, but they're living their dream. This kid's making so much money a month, and those are just subs. Doesn't count his sponsorships. Doesn't count any affiliate links. Doesn't count any brand deals he has. So this kid is literally
donations. Yeah, he probably makes a lot.
He's making millions of dollars. You know?
Oh yeah.
And it's not like, and I don't want to say like he's not special because he's talented. Like he has. When I think of him, it's not because it's hype, but I think of him like in the comedic realm of Kevin Hart. He kind of has that mannerism, right? He's just naturally funny. His cadence, his timing. He's. I feel like he has that perfect mix of like he's goofy and he's down to earth, right? And he fits right in that nook and cranny perfectly and he intersects with so many different communities, right? And I mean, kid's an amazing content creator. And I just urge people just think outside the box, man. Do you have fun, right? The content you want to make it. Not all because someone else is. Yeah.
Like I agree with you, like 100%. You don't even have to look far to see like good examples of this. Like, there's a reason why Mr. Beast is, although he's big, he's not alone. He's never alone. He does like them with like a few 5 or 6 of his friends.
Yeah.
It's always with, I think Chad or the other guys. I don't remember the names, but yeah, he's always with a few people. And the reason why I know their names in the first place is because they star in that video and they do things together. It's never alone.
Yeah.
You know, and look at Sidemen. They just did a football match that was hugely successful. 2 million
the charity match
viewers on YouTube. It was insane.
Yeah.
Huge. And you know, stuff like that is really good to do with a team. If you have a big enough team, you know, that all intergel with each other, they're all friends, you know, at the heart of it. And you know, you can like easily exchange ideas, come up with new content, you know, to do together. You know, it could be as simple as playing a football match, but it's fun because you're doing it together and you're adding some flair to it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they had KSI, the Sidemen were there, and then there was another content creator that I did not think I was going to see there. Speed.
I show Speed was there. Dude, he added so much flavor.
And that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people might think I'm going crazy right now, but like, it just like, when I see things like that, it makes me excited as a content creator because it's like, that's what content is about. I mean, they sold out a football arena, a football field.
Yeah.
Just as content creators. They're not signed to Manchester. They're not signed to United. They're not signed to like, they're just not part of any club. They're literally just guys who built a foundation online. And they are able to sell an arena and just have fun. I mean, there's people you never thought would have been in that. And that's what I mean about content creators intersecting from different communities, different walks of life, and just having fun. Like, I would love to see more of this, right? That's something I want to do as a content creator, right? Yes, you know, I stream on Twitch now a little bit, and I want to make more content, but there's nothing better than getting out of this seat and then living your life with other content creators. It's phenomenal.
I mean, when you get to that point where you can be physically with someone and you're coming up and you can essentially you're like 2 minds together. You're joined together.
Oh, 100%.
And, you know, 2 is better than 1.
100%. 100%.
More the merrier. That's what it all ends on to.
Yeah, man. But yeah, there's him. I mean, everybody's blown up. Everything's great. There's the Sidemen. I think that's good. I think we've had a good episode. I think I want to cut it here because I don't want to go overtime. Apologies, everybody. But we have so much we could talk about. But like I said, we do apologize for taking last week off. We were just kind of sick. I've managed to not get sick for like 2 years. I'm no joke. It caught up with me, caught up with Pad. Also, look at your boy Pad. Look at him, guys. On the camera. That boy cute.
Finally here.
That boy looking like a snack. Look at that boy.
God damn it, I'm here.
So now you can actually put a voice of the face, man. This is us. This is us. So I'm excited, man.
The boy needs a trim. Right.
Yeah, I needed to trim too. Hey, you still look good, man. But I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for our journey. This is the beginning. As everybody's seen, our cast room. If you look at episode 1 where we had no video cameras to episode where we're on right now, I mean, every episode we've evolved. We added something more, made things better. Now we have an overlay with a title. Things are looking good, right? And this is the start. Like me and we were talking about content. Me and Pad and T, whenever she's around, you know. 3 heads are better than 1, and the sky's the limit when it comes to content. So this is just the beginning, right? This is the beginning. It's a podcast as a foundation. It's going to grow into so much more. So I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart joining us on this journey, and I hope you guys enjoyed this freestyle episode. I feel like this was a really chill episode. We just kind of hung out and talked, shoot the shit, talk about what we want to talk about, some movies, some KSI, parody games, Speed, Kai Cenat the Come Up, and Metaverse, man. But next episode, I want to deep dive into the Metaverse and the world of VR. I really want to do that. And that's what we're talking about. Amongst some other stuff. Pat will be here. T will be back if time permits. And she's feeling healthy. She's sick right now, so please, some kind words with her. But we'll be back. We'll do our thing. And what is this?
Chorus.
You got
Bulgarian.
those. Yes. And we might talk about some Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is amazing. I don't want to go over. I know I wouldn't say we've been slacking, but we don't want to overload ourselves, so we kind of step back when it came to adding that second bonus episode about Game of Thrones. But we'll spice that in here and there. That's for sure. But as you guys know it, guys can follow. You can look down below us. Boop, 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 boop. Pad Jockey's Glitch Site. You can follow us. Those are our Twitter handles. You can find me on Glitch Site, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere it's Glitch Site. Same thing with Pad Jockeys. Follow us, guys. The journey's just begun. I'm excited. Pad Jockeys. I've noticed you've been tweeting a lot more, man. I see you active on social media.
Getting back into
it. Slowly getting back into it. Training wheels. I'm on social media all the time. Not much on Instagram. I'm trying to get up on TikTok, but we have a lot of stuff. So give us a follow, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating. Please give us a review, leave a comment, leave a like. If you listen to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We're slowly getting up there, so it started something great. I see we have 15 subscribers, so we're slowly getting there. It's a slow journey, but we'll get up there. And we're growing on Twitter too, so definitely give us a follow on our accounts if you follow us. That Excuse Our Banter podcast. Give us a follow. Excuse Our Banter everywhere on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Give us a follow. But it's been a great episode. Thank you guys for your time. English side and the one and only Pad Jockeys, aka Sami. This is another episode of Excuse Our Banter. You guys have a great